Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Mr. Vince podcast. My name is Vince, and this is my porch. And we are on my porch instead of in the beautiful podcast studio that we were in before because I no longer work at the college where we were recording that. And I'm going to get into that a little bit in this episode. And I really don't have a topic for today. I just wanted to record and make some content. So let's see where this goes. Okay, so I have a few topics that I wrote down, and I'm recording with my camcorder, so if it looks a little vintage, that's why. For some reason, I hate using my phone to make content. It's so hard. Does anyone else have this problem? Like recording and then editing on your phone, trying to make reels and stuff like that? I guess maybe I'm just old school. Like was born in the 80s and I grew up in the 2000s. And so using the computer to edit, using the camcorder to record, it's all just so much easier than trying to do everything on my phone. Maybe am I like super old now? Is that what's happening to me? Have I become an old person? If so, I don't care. I really enjoy who I am, and I really enjoy being the age that I am. You know what? I have to say this. I have never felt more rich in life than I do right now. It's ironic because I feel extremely poor in finances, but I feel extremely rich in life. And I just feel like that's where I'm at right now. And it's a weird thing because, your needs are met, you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, you have all this amazing stuff going on, all these blessings that are coming into your life with home and love and friends and opportunities. And gosh, it's summer, it's my favorite time of the year, but yet I still feel imbalanced because I feel like my finances are still something that I'm worried about. So I think maybe I need to reflect on that, and I need to remind myself that to have grace for myself, that all things are working for our good. That's one of my favorite mantras. All things are working out for our good. So if you feel right now like rich in one area and poor in another, be grateful for the area that you're rich in, and then hopefully things will balance out in the other area if you keep working towards it and having gratitude for the other areas of your life where you are feeling blessed. So that's how I feel right now. So all right, the first thing I want to talk about is auditions. So you guys know that I'm an actor. I've been putting myself out in several auditions. There's one type of audition that I have had a lot of trouble with, and that is the real person audition. I find that as an actor, as a trained actor, it is difficult to be what they call a quote-unquote real person, especially because the person that I am, is not generally what they want for a real person. I'm a little feminine, I'm a little flamboyant, I'm a little this, I'm a little that, I'm bald. I don't know, I just feel like there's several things going on against me right now. In fact, I saw a breakdown the other day where they were looking for men in my age group, but it said absolutely no bald men. We want full heads of hair. And I've never felt offended by a casting notice, really, because I just usually, stuff doesn't bother me like that, but that bothered me. Bald men can sell products too, okay? And I'm not totally bald. I just keep my hair buzzed short. So, whatever. I think people need to get over it. Men lose their hair. It's normal. It's natural. It's what happens to us at a certain age. And is casting inclusive or not? Like, are we doing inclusivity or not? Because a lot of times it feels like we want to say that we're inclusive, and we want to be inclusive in certain ways if people are attractive. But if people are not conventionally attractive, if they're balding or if they have a certain quality about them, maybe we're not so inclusive. So, casting, shout back at me. Are you breathing? Are you truly breathing? One of the things we've been working on in yoga teacher training is different types of breaths. And one of the things that I've trying to be more cognizant of is my breath. And I find myself holding my breath a lot. I feel like it is a nervous system response when I am anxious or if I'm in the middle of a task. I find myself holding my breath. So it's definitely something that I'm trying to be aware of and have awareness around, is that I'm breathing. So let's all just take a breath real quick. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. It's so cleansing. Whenever you feel stressed, the very first thing you need to do is just take a breath. And it just really does something for you. So, as I said earlier, I did leave my job, and I will get into that further if people are interested in how that went, why I decided to quit my job. I had a full-time salary job with benefits, and I decided to leave it for a life of freelancing and unknown. And while I feel liberated and I feel happy about my decision, I still haven't financially found my footing yet. I have a job right now. I'm working at a restaurant and I'm making money doing that. I'm grateful for that. And I'm freelancing and performing whenever I can. And of course, trying to make content and be creative in whatever ways that I can. But one of the effects of leaving my job as a full-time professor in a small college, in a small town, is I feel a little bit like I've gone from hero to zero. And here's what I mean by that. When I had that job, I felt like it was my calling card. You know, you have your elevator speech, the little speech that you give when you have 5 seconds to explain to somebody who you are and what you do. It was super easy for me to say, oh, I'm a theater professor at such and such college and I teach there. And to me, there was real merit to that. There was real weight to, I went to school, I got my master's degree, and now I'm actually working in the field that I studied in. It is a little bit harder now that I've left that job, and now when I explain to people what I do, I feel like they're not seeing the results of all those years of work anymore. I feel like now I'm just a regular person, if you will, a real person, and I don't have that calling card anymore. So now I have to be even more confident in myself and in what I do when I introduce myself to people. And I guess maybe I need to work on that speech of what I'm actually going to say. But the truth is, I'm an actor, I'm an educator, I am currently in yoga teacher training, and I am so many things. And so are you. So how do you introduce yourself? And it's more about, like, how do you carry yourself when you go into a new situation? Because now I don't have a job title to hide behind or throw around like weight. Now I have to really be confident in myself, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a challenge. It definitely is. Your path is not linear. It twists and turns as you pursue your goals, and your goal may even change along the way. And this is a thought that I had the other day. I have like a little bell right here on the porch, so I hope you don't mind. Your path is not linear. You know, I went to grad school for theater, for acting, and my whole trajectory was, I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to be a professor. And that path was more linear, although it did take twists and turns to get to that final goal of being a professor. But that was a I'm here and I'm headed here. Now I feel like my path and my journey, if you will, is like, do I have a goal? Do I have a final goal? So maybe it's back to the drawing board for me on what does that look like? What is the next goal? Because if the goal was to become a theater professor and live that life, I did that. I achieved that goal. I was a theater professor. I taught for 6 years, even more online as an adjunct, but full time in the classroom, heading a program for 6 years. And I feel like I reached that goal that I set when I was in grad school, and I reached it and I accomplished it. Could I have stayed there and continued? Yes, I definitely could have stayed in that job and continued, but there were factors that led me to feel like I was unfulfilled, like I had more things that I wanted to be doing. And to me, that feels like the path curving and the path changing. So now I'm redefining, and one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm going through yoga teacher training. And if you go through my old podcast episodes, you'll see interviews with two of my instructors through the program I'm working through right now. And those are awesome episodes. There's some really great nuggets within those. So check it out if you're interested. But no, the path is not linear. It goes up, it goes down, it goes around. I don't know where it's going to take me. All I know is that I have gratitude for the things that I have, and I have a mindset, a vision for the future and what that may hold. And whatever challenges come, we will just face them one by one. So the next thought I had was, don't forget to pursue life as you pursue your career. And I think if you are a young person who's just getting started in your career, I can't even imagine what you're feeling right now. I feel it a little bit because I'm starting over. I cannot even imagine what it's like to look at the world right now, to be completely overloaded and overwhelmed with social media and everything coming at you, and feel like, okay, now I need to find a place in this. So as you're going out into the world, don't compare yourself to other people. Like, only you are you. Only you can do what you can do. So pursue your career, but also pursue life, because life is happening all around us. In the last couple years, I've really gotten into gardening, and I love being in the garden and seeing things grow, and it really just makes me feel like I'm doing something for myself. I love cooking. I love being with my dog. I love lots of different things. I love the ocean. I love swimming in the ocean and going to yoga class, and being outside is my favorite thing ever. In fact, I feel like if you don't go outside when it's nice out, that's like a waste. Like, I feel like you need to enjoy the nice weather if there's nice weather outside. So I try to get outside as much as possible and enjoy it. So yeah, pursue the school of life as you pursue your career as well. Networking is my next thought, is that networking is going to get you farther than anything else. But remember that your reputation is everything, so you have to carry yourself with kindness and be the person you want people to see you as. So this is a hard one, because some days we don't feel good. Some days we just want to commiserate with someone else. But it's hard. It's hard to remember to remind ourselves that people are only seeing what they're seeing. So they don't know everything that's going on in our lives. Sometimes you may see a person and think like, why does she hate me? But she doesn't hate you. She's just she's not feeling well. She's not having a good day. So you don't know what's going on in that person's life. Maybe they're going through something. They're having health issues, or they just, were in bad traffic and it made them, crazy. Trust me, that happens to me all the time. But how we present ourselves in the world is sometimes how we're treated. How we dress, how we present ourselves, the kindness we give to people. I've been in some toxic work situations, and I feel like the only way to get through them and survive is to treat people with kindness. Because if you are doing your best and giving kindness, then hopefully you will get it back. And if you're not getting it back, then at least you can escape the wrath and the fire of someone else. So kindness wins. Having conversations that are serious conversations in calm tones. Speaking calmly and speaking with authority is so important. My next thought is that you're going to see everyone else succeed around you, and you should cheer them on. And support your friends and celebrate their wins. I don't expect any of my friends to come to any of my events. I don't expect them to watch this podcast. I don't expect them to like my posts. I don't expect anything from anybody. If you expect nothing, then you may gain everything. And the things that you do gain will have more weight to them because you're not expecting anything. When you are expecting something, then you may set yourself up to fail. So it's a great lesson if you are in the entertainment industry to just remember, expect nothing, gain everything. So you put yourself out there for an audition, don't expect to hear back. And then you'll be surprised if you do. You'll feel great if you do. If you don't hear back, it's like, well, I wasn't expecting to hear back anyway. So now, I'm not saying to be negative or to just have a negative bias towards everything, but I'm saying put yourself out there, don't expect a result, and when you do get a result, you'll be happy. Don't expect a negative result either. Don't expect a positive result, don't expect a negative result, just expect nothing. Just put it out there into the world, expecting nothing, and possibly gaining everything. So thank you guys for joining me for this episode. It was just kind of a lot of random thoughts, but I'm just trying to put more stuff out into the world and see where it goes. I've always wanted to make more content on this channel. I just never really knew where to go with it. So if you like this, if you like hearing my voice, if you like listening to what I have to say at this point in my life where I am right now, if it resonates with you, no matter where you are in life, go ahead and let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever you need to do. But here I am. This is the Mr. Vince Podcast. Thank you for listening. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you go out and you take some time to enjoy the world around you, no matter what that looks like, and that you take a few moments of gratitude for yourself and for where you are right now, because you've come a long way and you should be proud. We'll see you next time.